Hey, everybody, this is Tom from the Small Scale Life podcast and Small Scale Life YouTube channel. We are here for another exciting Ant Live. It's number 14, I believe, and I am Tom, and I have my favorite friend,
Adam with Modern Frontier Farms.
the big MFer. He is here, and you are back. How are you feeling today, dude?
Better than last week. I was coughing and hacking, and there'd be no way I could actually have a conversation with you. You could make fun of me.
Well, I know I did.
Good. Yeah.
No.
That I appreciate that.
Yes, it was a good time, and I carried on. And I didn't count it to the Ant Live because we just this is our little thing. So I did a little live stream on last Monday, and then I did a live stream, actually 2 live streams over the weekend with everything popping. We'll get into that in a minute. But how are you feeling? You're feeling better?
Feeling a heck of a lot better. I feel like, I'm getting over this. And that's probably one of the biggest things is, when you're sick, you have to take some time to rest, get yourself ready to go, because hey, we got to get things going in the future here. And you always got to think of that steps in the future, as well as taking care of yourself at that moment.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And I think when you're going and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you let up on the gas a little bit, that's when your body says, okay, now I'm going to get sick, because you've been pushing so hard and on this adrenaline high, and your body's going, and then everything catches up with you, and your body says, yep, time for a break there, pal. So I'm glad you're doing better.
Yeah, me too. It was not fun. I don't know. It was like I'd have like 101 temperature for like 30 minutes, and then I'd be down for about 30, 45 minutes to normal temperatures, then back up and down, up and down, up and down. It was not comfortable. My son had the same thing going on a few weeks before that. So apparently I decided to get it after everything. So
yeah, well, at least it wasn't over the holidays, and you can kind of recoup and get back on your feet. So here you are. Thanks for coming back on the show, my friend. We have so if you haven't been to the Small Scale Life YouTube channel, there it is, and there's a couple of live streams that you might have missed. One was Ant Live. Well, we didn't call it Ant Live. It was just a Tommy show, just Tommy last week. And then over the weekend, I actually did 2 live streams. And why would I have done that, Adam? What was going on that would have caused me to do a live stream?
You were panicking.
The panicking. Actually, yeah, I kind of was a little bit. I was panicking. What was going on, brah?
The tickety talks.
TikTok. Yes, it was. I wasn't panicking. How am I going to put this? I wasn't panicking until it got right down to brass tacks. So we had people that I was talking with on Facebook Messenger. They were saying, hey, they've started early. This stuff is going to start to grind out. And, I was just kind of watching it, and I was waiting to see what happened. I mean, I really wanted to do the live stream when it did the blink out, right? And like having this and then all of a sudden go, that's what I wanted. So I scheduled the 2 live streams, and I did the one because I thought it would happen at 8:30 Eastern, because that's when they started to shut it down. And I thought it would happen, but it was like the Titanic, where think of all the data, right? Think of this thing. You have 170 US users, 7 million American US businesses on here, and you are trying to shut that server down, all those servers. It doesn't happen overnight. Or it doesn't happen immediately. So I was watching different live streams, and they were starting to glitch. And then, I guess I did start a panic, because I went down the line, and I was like, well, when did I start this? And it turns out that I started this whole thing after you were earlier than me, brother. And I started it in July of 2022. And, then I started to look back, and I realized that I had taken a video the morning, this one right here, this video, was the morning that Danny died. And I was talking about all the projects I was going to do. And then suddenly I panicked a little bit because it was like, oh shit, there's actually some stuff I want to keep on here, because I thought, I've got this stuff somewhere. It's fine. But I found out that like all of these videos happened like daily after Danny died. And it was almost like a way to still connect and do the thing and be normal, even though the world was falling apart. And then I got mad. And then I was scrolling around a little bit as I was waiting for things to download. And there was another lady who was trying to pull off videos from her husband's TikTok, and he died in 2023. And suddenly that was going to go. And it was like, oh, this is bigger than just dancing nurses or dancing people and food and stuff. This is actually impacting some people, right? Yeah, we can do that. So then I got pissed. I was mad. I was like, what the hell? This is not just something. So it's a lot more than that. So I did kind of panic. How about you? What were you thinking?
I was kind of sitting there thinking, are they really going to sit there and get rid of TikTok? Like,
right.
Part of me just goes, I mean, it's kind of silly, right? Because they're like, well, it's a Chinese-owned company. Do you know how many of the apps that are on your phone are Chinese-based?
I think this is Chinese-made. I don't know. It's my Yeti microphone. I'm sure it's not made in America.
Right. But I mean, even just apps. We just look at apps. Which ones are Chinese-based? Like, there's a ton.
Right.
A ton of apps. Like a majority of the apps are Chinese based. And then this is what was hilarious. I had a couple of my nieces, they were jumping on over to Redbook.
Oh yeah, Red Note.
Red Note.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's owned by the Communist Party of China. Like,
it is. I mean,
that's legal. That's legal, but not TikTok.
Right.
Like we got to have some sort of consistency here.
Right.
If you're going to go against the First Amendment, you better have some consistency, and they just didn't have it. So therefore I was like, there's a lot of weird stuff happening here. So yeah, I decided that I had everything that I needed off of TikTok. I think it's more about money than anything else.
Money and control. Absolutely. And I was really pretty cool because I probably have all the stuff, but then I started to panic, because I didn't want to lose that. Because that, honestly, I mean, I was working on this project and I had just I was sitting on the front step when the call came in, and I had just been working on this all day, and Jules had run into the city to take her sister to the airport when the call came in, and I had to deliver that bag of turds. That was not fun. That was a hard effing day.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a really bad day. So, yeah. And, the other thing about this ban, I mean, good, bad, the other, it was snuck into an aid bill. I mean, it was never debated on the floor, right? It just kind of got snuck into a aid for places in the Middle East and Taiwan and Ukraine, and big aid package, and snuck it in, and here you go. So yeah, the ban's there. So anyway, the weird thing about it, if you haven't been following all of it, is on Saturday. So this thing went out, and it went out early. So on Saturday, because then I did this other live stream, and I was going to go, at 11:30, because I figured at midnight it would go. It went early, so it went at 9:30. It was gone, and I was downloading stuff right in the process, and all of a sudden, boop, it went, and it caught me by surprise. But the weird thing is Saturday, the next day, was that Sunday? I can't even keep track anymore. Next day, I was doing stuff, and I was actually communicating with a guy from our Colorado group, and he's over in DC now, DC area, and he said, "Oh my gosh, it's back!" I'm like, "What? No way. And sure as you know what, I popped on here and I was looking at it. And then I went, oh no. In frustration and anger, I deleted the app last night. And so I have to use my desktop to do anything. It's like, And I went back to the App Store. They're like, no, this is banned in the United States, in your region or country. So anyway, keeps me off of TikTok because I've been doing a lot of stuff. So I've had a long weekend here, so I've been doing a lot of stuff.
Good.
Yeah. So what have I been doing? I mean, I know we're kind of going long here, but I got to brag a little bit because I finally attacked the big project that I've been waiting on. This one. And if you don't know what that is, I am finally processing all of my tomatoes. Yes, the sauce master. And so I have been working on this damn project all day. I had so many tomatoes. It was ridiculous. That's why I am the tomato man. Tomato man. So I have been grinding up tomatoes, and I have the KitchenAid thing, and I was expecting to use a KitchenAid thing, but there was a piece that I did not purchase with the KitchenAid thing because it has a hopper and a piece, and then the piece like where this hood thing is. So essentially what I was missing is what I was missing is the hopper, and I thought I had that with this piece right here. Right there. I was missing that piece for the KitchenAid thing, and you have to buy it separately. Just put it together so I can do the thing. So now I had to order that. So I had to pull out the old Sauce Boss. Do you have one of those?
I do have one of those. I then purchased one for my grinder, for my Cabela's grinder.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah.
That thing is just sweet. It's just like hook it up to the grinder. You have a 3/4 horse power motor. It just does it. It just does work, and you're good to go.
I did a lot of cranking today.
Yep. I don't have to sit there and crank. I have a foot pedal even. I sit there and just
what? No way.
Oh yeah, what? It's great. It I got all the fancy toys, Tommy.
Tommy Cakes. It's getting my gear together. So this is all the sauce I've got. Gosh, it's probably a good 3.5 gallons or so. So I'll be working on that here in the next couple of days. So, and why can I do all of these things? Well, I'm batching it at the moment. Lovely Julie is out of the country. So she's down in Punta Cana. So she's enjoying the sun. It looks glorious, glorious. So she'll come back to this next Saturday. She'll come back to this.
America is back, baby.
America is totally back. Totally, it's here.
I mean, there's good things, there's bad things, but hey, whatever.
I know. I'm not going to get hung up on that, but I wonder, did they actually sign the Gulf of America thing yet?
I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, there's a lot going on today.
Saucing season, indeed.
Yes.
I don't know who this Lisa person is.
She makes bad choices in life, but that's all I can say.
There you go. Well, there you are. So so she's going to come back. I wonder, because I got a picture. They went swimming on this island, and I wonder if it was actually the Gulf of America. If that was the first picture of our family in the Gulf of America. I wonder. I'm going to have to ask, and I've got to find out. So, yeah, good times, man. Question for you: how are all the livestock doing with this extreme cold? I mean, it was -7 or 8 today Fahrenheit, and wind chill was like -35 or something like that. How's wildlife doing?
Fortunately, so cows are made to be outside.
Okay.
And there's some cool things about cows that they can do. They eat a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
And they burn some more calories. But what they have that big old belly on them, right? That big
Mm.
guts. And what they do is they sit there and they'll eat all of that hay and get that hay all sorts of fermenting in that gut there.
Mm-hmm.
And that burns like a big boiler. Like it
Oh,
can go up
wow.
to like 130, 140 degrees sometimes
Wow.
in that belly, right?
Mm.
So usually it's right around that 120 degree mark. But they radiate that heat out, right? So it's
Yeah.
like they have this, because if you have hydronic heat in your floor, you're only running like 90, 80, 90 degrees. If you have baseboard, you're running about 110 to
Yes.
130 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
The cow's belly is the same temperature as your baseboard heat.
Mm.
And that's right there in the middle. So it keeps them nice and warm. Believe it or not. So, and then they have this nice woolly coat on them.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they can stay out of the wind, they'll be just fine. Have a good place, dry place to lay down and stay out of the winds, stay dry, stay out of the winds. They're good to go.
Wow.
Several years ago, so I have a cow house that is made
Mm-hmm.
out of old insulated garage door panels.
Hmm.
They work great. It's facing to the south.
Yep.
You go inside there. It was that one of those like 3 or 4 years ago. I think we were talking. It was like, no, maybe it was longer than that. It was I was still doing HVAC. I think it was like 6 years ago. We had this weather that was like negative 30 degrees.
Yes. Yep. I remember it.
I was in that house and thinking, oh, this is going to be frozen solid in there. It was actually rather nice and warm because it was out of the winds. Sun was being down in it. It was holding all the heat from all the cows and everything. There was actually mud and a puddle in the back corner
Really?
of the cow house. So yeah, they stay warm. And they are incredible creatures. They're made to be outside. Water's always a big thing, right? This time of year. So I have what they call a Corbett watering system. So it's like a 5-gallon bucket
Mm-hmm.
type that sits inside this big insulated tube, and this insulated tube goes down, and then it goes down 9 feet. So it actually is geothermally heated. So as long as it's above like 15 degrees, that thing does not freeze up. I'll go out there with my shepherd's axe. I'll chip off the top inch of ice,
Sure.
and they're good for the rest of the day. They'll keep
Wow.
going in. They'll keep drinking water, and it's a great system to keep your animals hydrated. And I don't use any electricity on this thing. This thing is just heated by the ground.
And that's super cool. I've got the watering trough, my cold plunge tank. It's like right out there out my window. And, I've got this little blue heater in it. It's doing great. I mean, there is no ice on it, but man, it is, water is evaporating off. And the deer know that this is here. I mean, I just had 5 deer stroll through the yard this evening, and they were hitting the watering trough. So if I'm not in it, somebody else is drinking from it. I mean, I've had squirrels and birds and other critters getting drinks out of it. So at least I'm keeping some critters alive, I guess. And I'm not going in that right now. No way.
Oh,
How about
come
you?
on.
Did you go in the greenhouse tub?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
You lie. You did not.
Yeah, so you just go in there shorter periods of time.
Yeah.
But it's also in a greenhouse, right?
Yeah, it's in the greenhouse.
So, you cut down the wind, it's middle of the day, the sun's being down on it. It's probably like 50 degrees in there. I like greenhouses in this climate. Oh yeah. If you have yourself a greenhouse on those sunny days, it's rather nice, rather comfortable. You give a few another month, like right around that February 15th.
Yep.
You start getting a lot more sun.
Right.
Oh, it's If it's a sunny day with no wind, it'll be 75, 80 degrees there, no problem.
Yeah, and that's why you even have to vent it sometimes in the winter and everything because it's getting so warm in there,
Right.
And I know if you're doing urban farming or like CSA boxes or something, you got to have that, or you're just toast. I mean, I suppose you could grow inside like behind me on those racks, but you're not going to get enough unless you're doing microgreens, of course. So, yeah, cool, awesome. Well, I did not do it. I haven't done it in a bit just because I'm waiting for the weather to bounce up a little bit. This is usually our polar vortex time of year. So, yeah, I'm not that crazy, my friend. Oh, good. I finally got these up. So, yes, we have our Gulf of America. Yeah, that's what we got, right? Gulf of America. And then this is where we should be, my friend. She's got it. She has the right idea, totally, and she loves us.
I'm a little jealous. That looks awfully comfortable. Like,
yes,
my cold plunge had like a 3/4 of an inch of ice on top of it. That does not look like she has any ice there.
No ice there. No, I mean, knowing if you know Jules, she's not getting into that water unless it's 80 degrees or warmer, right? It's maybe high 70s, but 80 or warmer, she's a go. So, she was enjoying the beautiful Gulf of America. I mean, is Punta Cana? I mean, it's that might be out of the Gulf. I'm not quite sure, but my geography is a little off. So, the Dominican is right next to Haiti, so they're both combined. I think they might be out, right? Or are they just on the edge? Wait a minute, we can go back to our map. Maybe we should keep that picture up because she looks a lot better than us, right?
Oh, way better.
Way better. So she might be out of it. She might be over here. She might be, beyond Cuba and whatnot. So she might not be in the Gulf of America. Huh. So anyway, we're 22 minutes in. Oh, goodness. Should we get into the topic of the show today?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I think there's a lot of people that are saying this is a great time to start a business. A lot of people are saying that's a bad time to start a business.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people are making excuses. I've had several friends of mine that are like, well, Trump's horrible, that the economy's going to crash. Well, you're nuts for running a business this time at this time. Like, it's always going to be an excuse. You're always going to have an excuse of
That's true.
Whoever's something going on, and you just have to do it. Now, I guess there's two ways that you can start that business or start that project or start that diet. And there's probably variants of both of them, but it's been very popular lately, going monk mode, right?
So I heard about this years ago, like 5, 6, 8 years ago. So anyway, do go on. Is it really popular right now with the self-improvement clan group?
A lot of people are starting to go,
oh, cough button. You're all right, dude. You okay, Lisa? Do we need to go help him? I think so. I think he's good. He's back. He's okay.
All right.
He's
all right. Yeah. We're good. All right.
It's so much easier to filibuster in those weird little moments. I mean, if you watch me do this all live, unless I had the stuff all spooled up like I need to do, I was like hunting and searching and filibustering is a little tougher, but that was good. So do go on, sir.
All right. So yeah, a lot of in the self-improvement, it's like either there's two schools of thought, right? There's either the monk mode or the going silent mode. You're just like, dude, all you need to do is just disappear for the next 3 months and change yourself, work out all the time, and stop going to the bars and stop seeing anybody. Just get out there and, toughen up, and you're going to come out April 1st Why April 1st? That doesn't make
April
any sense.
Fool's Day, man.
You're gonna come out being a new person. You're going to be unrecognizable. And you know what? That's a great thing to do. You know, and I'm not going to sit there and say that's a bad thing to do.
Right.
The other one you always hear is make a plan, make commitments, tell people, tell everybody, tell everyone I'm going to do this, and you go ahead and you do that. You're going to go, and people are going to hold you accountable, and blah blah blah, and you're in 3 months you're going to be a changed person.
Right.
It's like, both of them have their good and their bad, right? Because it's great to have an accountability partner, right?
Right. Well, even in monk mode, I mean, you can have an accountability partner in monk mode as well, but yeah, you are really isolating yourself. Like, think of the Tibetan monk up on the Grand Mountain, and no one's gonna go up there. It's not like Ace Ventura and Pet Detective or the second Ace Ventura where they go all the way up the steps, right? I mean, you are locking yourself away and solely focused intensity over time on that thing you are doing, and there's some real benefits to that because you're kind of obsessing, right? You're getting very obsessive and very intentional, and that's the thing. But then everything else is going away, right? Friends, family, job. I mean, you'll kind of do the job, I guess, but this is the thing you're doing, and that's it.
Right.
It's interesting. Yeah.
And I think for each person, it's going to be different, right? It's that monk mode. I like the idea of the monk mode where you just sit there and don't brag about it. You know, that's me. Like, I'm going to do something. I'm not going to sit there and brag about it to everybody. Yeah, I'm working out every day. I did so many push-ups, so many sit-ups. You know, I bench pressed. It's just, I'm not going to sit there and tell people about that. You know, if I'm losing weight, I'm losing weights. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anyone else. Now that's how my brain works, because here's the opposite side of it. I sit there and tell everyone, and then if I don't commit and I don't do that, what happens? All of a sudden in my head, I'm sitting here going, shit, Tom, I failed. Well, you know, it's okay to fail, and it is okay to fail. It is okay to give up, and it's okay to retry again. But then you're like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna say it again? You're gonna go, Tom, I'm gonna lose all this weight. I'm gonna bulk up. I'm gonna be a new man in 3 months. You know, it's a difficult thing to hold yourself accountable, and then mentally it's stuck in your head. You know, you really kind of screw yourself up in the head when you do that. If you can do that, I've known some people that have done a great job at that. They're like, nope, this is who I am now. This is what I'm doing now. They've told everyone, and they did it, and they lived the freaking dream, you know,
lived happily ever after.
Right.
Yeah. And this is where, yes, I know this path myself, because Tommy Cakes has a YouTube channel, and Tommy Cakes has a podcast, and Tommy Cakes has a blog, and Tommy Cakes has social media, and Tommy Cakes likes to talk about things because what the hell else are we going to talk about, right? So suddenly, let's do Whole30. Let's do Renew You in 2019. Let's do this, and let's do that, and let's do this. And then all of a sudden you're talking about it, and then eventually you get distracted and go into other directions. And sometimes it works, sometimes it does, and sometimes you get distracted and go in other directions and it doesn't work so hot, right? Or sometimes you go on work trips and you don't really plan, and we'll start that next Monday again. You know, that was I've done that quite a few times. So when there's advantages to both, there are definite disadvantages to both, you know. And I think psychologically, when you're telling everybody, hey, I've got this big hairy goal, the BHAG, right? Big hairy goal. I'm telling everybody I'm going to lose 100 pounds. And then, you know, your brain kind of does this thing and, I got that goal out there. Great. Good job. Awesome. And then you're like, oh, good. I did that. I jumped up on the stage and I said yes, right? And then you start to not do that because your brain said, well, you said that, but good, you're good. There's no catalyst for change. You know what I mean? You got to have a big why.
Mm-hmm.
And for some things, it's just better not to make a grand announcement, I think.
Yeah.
My opinion, my experience too.
You can try. I've just seen people do both.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see everyone do better for themselves. That there's a whole concept, do 1% per day.
Yeah.
All you're trying to do is 1% better a day.
Mm-hmm.
And with compound interest, you keep on that. Even if you only hit maybe 4% per week,
Sure.
that's still huge. That's freaking huge.
Right. Over time. Yep.
Over time.
Exactly.
And it's a game of inches. It's a game, and maybe it's not going to be that 3 months. Maybe it's going to be that 3 years. Or maybe you even just sit there and you plateau and you're not gaining weight. People aren't going to notice that.
Right.
Maybe you're not even going to notice it. You're like, well, I haven't gained any weight this year. Be proud of that fact.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, Christmas, it's usually a 5-pound march, right? Because it's all the things, eating everything in sight, and it's delicious. And this year, I didn't gain anything. So I was like, what? That's awesome. And, it's a little celebration. And even in dieting, because Lord knows my dieting thing has been like my nomad thing where I've had 13 homes in 30 years. I've had like 20 diet things in 20, 30 years. Right. So, your cough button. Yes. I love it. So, a lot of times what happens is you blow it, right? I mean, you blow it. You blew it on Friday. You went out, you had the pizza and you had the onion rings and the cheese curds and the, deep fried fish with beer.
Hungry. You're making me hungry, buddy.
You just do it. And then you're like, oh, I feel like crap on Saturday. Oh no, I've blown it. And then you're like, well, I'll start on Tuesday because I got to let this all settle out. And that's where everything falls off the wheels too. We did that. I've done that so many times. Terrible. You just got to keep going, break it down to one meal and keep going,
And I think that's where monk mode kind of does help, because you say, I'm not going to go to all these social gatherings. I'm not going to go. You don't need to be everywhere that's everyone else is. You don't need to be going out to the bar if that's your thing. You don't need to be doing going out for softball or the golf team or whatever else. Whatever you have going on. Yes, it's great to be social. I'm a social butterfly. You're a social butterfly.
You're not a social butterfly. No.
But and my thing was, I would have all my friends over at there's a cool little store, 10 minutes down the road. All my friends would meet up there for coffee. I'd sit there and drink coffee. I'd eat a breakfast sandwich there. I'm supporting my friends. I actually sell meat there too. And it was cool to have community, but all of a sudden I'm wasting 3-4 hours a day doing hanging out over there. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. I got to get something done. So that also, when you sit there and kind of go and bring yourself down, like, okay, what are my priorities? Don't make those commitments like you were before. Just go out there and try to make something good happen. That's pretty much it.
I wonder if there's like a semi-monk mode.
You can
take a dirty monk mode.
Dirty monks. Like that. that drunken monk or whatever.
A drunken monk. Oh my gosh. Well, they were brewing the mead and the beer way up in the monasteries and stuff. So, and
right.
wine.
And maybe there's that, okay, I can do it Saturday, or maybe I can do it Sunday.
Right.
Or maybe just once a week I can do it.
Right.
That's for me. So my social right now is hanging out with Tommy Cakes every Monday. And then once or twice a week, there's a good friend of mine. We sit there, we talk business.
Cool.
That's our friendship is. It's always talking about business and how we could build something, different business ideas, playing it out, playing with numbers, letting it go through.
Nice.
Where is he with his stuff? Where am I with my stuff? And then it's my family.
Yeah.
My immediate family. So that's my social right now is you, my one friend that I talk business with, and my immediate family, that my 2 kids and my wife.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, it was a little weird at first, and then it started feeling really good. Like I'm getting stuff done. I'm doing something different. And maybe that's what you need. That I'm a social butterfly. I got to get out there. And I'm still doing my sales. I'm still talking to people. I got to get on social media, do a little bit more with social media. I have a couple ideas with that. Maybe you and I could talk about that sometime here, but it's what are you willing to give up?
Right.
Sacrifice. I think we've talked
sacrifice before.
Sacrifice is key for you making something happen in your life. If you don't sacrifice something, what do you really want it?
Yeah. That's a good point.
You have to set, and look at it as sacrifice. And so it's that game of inches. It's that, okay, I was over at the grocery store and I didn't buy the cookies. That's a win. That is
win.
A MRF and win if I ever heard one.
I think go into the Quick Trip and buy a hamburger and the little taco guys.
And here's the thing. You don't go to Quick Trip or McDonald's or Burger King because it's good.
Yeah.
You why do you eat that? Because it's not bad. That's what it is. It's not bad. So you have to start looking at that as Tom, have you ever done a 24-hour fast?
24-hour fast. No, I haven't. I don't think I have, to be honest with you.
It's not going to hurt. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, but it's going to show you things about yourself that you never would think before. Start with the 24-hour fast, then maybe the next in a few weeks, try doing a 48-hour fast or a 72-hour fast.
What
you want to fasting? Like you sit there and think, oh, I'm going to be sluggish. I'm not going to do anything. Like there's about 12 hours where you're sitting there like, oh my God, I'm just hungry, blah, blah, blah. You start the day before, the night before, you finish your meal at 7:00.
Yep.
And you wake up by 7 a.m. and you're, at that point, you're ready to go. You're ready to do something. And you just skip breakfast. You just get into work, get into do stuff, drink a lot of water. Coffee? Here's the thing. You can do whatever you want to do with it. You want to sit there and have coffee, you go right ahead. Have some black coffee. Do you have black coffee or you have coffee with cream and sugar and all that other crap in it?
I'm Tommy Cakes. I'm delicious. I'm all about the delicious. So I got to put a little thing in there, a little bada boom and a little bit of bing, and it's delicious. That's what I do.
Yeah. I get it.
So yes, a little creamer, please. But yes, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you skip through, You just get right down to the brass tacks, and you go to bed a little bit hungry. Like, it's not nearly as bad as you think it is. You know what? There's a little bit too much Adam here, and I can skip a meal, believe it or not. I can skip a meal. But once you get past that, once you actually, your body goes in ketosis, right?
Oh yeah. Yes.
And once you're in ketosis, you doing a whole 30, you got yourself in ketosis, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels great.
Yeah. It took, it's about day 10 or so. And it's really weird because you feel like yuck for those days because your body is essentially detoxing. You're getting rid of all the yuck, the sugars and the sugars, then the dairy, right? And the gluten stuff. You're getting that out of your system. And then day 10 to 15, somewhere in there, it's like somebody goes like this. And you are energized. It's energized me, Scotty. And you are bouncing off the walls because you have so much energy and you're doing all the things and you're not eating the yuck anymore and you feel really good. And you're coughing. That's okay. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. And, it's hard to maintain that. It's possible, but it's hard because it's just a 30 days of elimination and then you add stuff back in. So, and that's where the bad habits come back in, is when that happens. So,
yeah. But, you get these mini ketosis when you're sitting there, you're like, or even you just don't feel that sluggishness of eating that big breakfast sandwich or having that big mocha lotta chocolato bullshit that you're drinking over there at Starbucks.
Mocha like a bullshit.
You just like that donut. You sit there. I love a good donut. Good donuts are good donuts, right?
I know. I don't eat those anymore. I haven't had a donut in years. Probably 6 months. So,
yeah, good. Years, 6 months.
In Tommy Cake's world, it's years. It feels like years. It was only 6 months ago, but man, it's years.
But you're just feeling so much better. So that's just part of trying, so a monk mode, you're just taking those, that temptation out of it, right? I have young kids in my house. God, it's horrible. They have all these things that you can,
all the candies and sweets.
Oh my God! Right around Halloween, there's the dad tax.
Oh yeah, there's the dad tax.
I got to make sure this candy's safe for them.
Right, somebody might have slipped something in there, so I really have to taste those Reese's the peanut butter cups. And
oh God, now
and then they hate coconut, so here's all the almond joys and the mounds or whatever, and you're like, this is terrible. Right.
So it's difficult, it's these small wins. But once you get past that certain amount, that's why the whole 30, it's a 30-day challenge to all right. Well, maybe you can get, after 30 days, you can maybe be a little bit better afterwards. Maybe not perfect, but a little bit better. And that's what we're looking for, is just getting a little bit better. So if that
little bit better every day. Yeah. Where did that come from?
And so Tommy Cakes, he decides to tell everyone in the world, but he's gotten a little bit better after that.
Right. Or no, I've tempered that. And, I think one of the things that has helped is the show, because we talk about so many different topics and everything. It's just, it's not all on just me to come up with some brilliant, wild ass idea. It's we can bounce off of each other and come up with different ideas and stuff. So, or different topics. And then I'm not, faking it till I make it. I'm actually doing it in the background and not just throwing it out there. Cakes. That's what's happening at your house, brother. Lots and lots of cupcakes, eh?
Well,
that doesn't go with carnivore too well, bro.
It was my my son's birthday on Monday. Last week Monday, that was also his birthday. So
Another Capricorn. Very nice.
yeah. No.
The goat right here.
Oh yeah. Anyways, so my daughter was over at my mother-in-law's and they decided to make cupcakes. So now we have
Nice.
cupcakes in the house. I
Oh, yeah.
didn't try any of the cupcakes. They looked full of candy and they looked like a 4-year-old decorated them. Guess what? A 4-year-old decorated them.
Yes, but probably very tasty, very sweet.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jules got this icing recipe that is to die for, and it's like, oh, you can't do that because it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. You're going to eat all the things, right? So, yeah, I'm down for that. Let's try a 24-hour. What the heck? Why not? Last year when I did Whole30 back to back, I actually ended up losing closer to 30 pounds, which was really good. You got to keep doing stuff or it all comes back, especially for me in the late half of the season. Lots of travel, lots of eating out, lots of going with coworkers and stuff, but those are excuses. So, you just got to keep going and doing. So, what else can we say about the monk mode? I mean, kind of at the tail end here, it's just to give you a formal definition. Monk mode is a term to describe a period of intense focus, discipline, and self-imposed isolation, typically aimed at personal development or achieving a specific goal. The concept draws inspiration from the lifestyle of monks, who often dedicate themselves to spiritual practices and strict routines. In modern contexts, it involves cutting out distractions, adopting a minimalist approach to life, and dedicating time to focus work, study, fitness, or other self-improvement activities, often associated with productivity, mental clarity, and deep concentration. There you go. That's monk mode for you.
Yep. Yeah. It's take it as deep as you want to take it.
Yeah.
But it's a tool and it's not a way of life, but it is a tool, and use it as a tool. Whole30 is a tool.
Yeah.
Carnivore diet is a tool. It doesn't need to be a way of life. It needs to be used as a tool. And your mental well-being is extremely important. I think something I would add to monk mode or something is give yourself some sort of really difficult challenge, like something that and this should be a whole conversation we should have, trying to put out some challenges out there.
Ooh.
But do some sort of challenge yourself to do something that you have a good chance of failing at. Like, it's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be able to make it or not. But long story short, put yourself, whether it's a long hike, you're going to sit there and you're going to do a 15-mile hike in a day, or a 20-mile hike in a day. And just today, I'm going to do this. It's amazing when you accomplish, or you get even this close to accomplishing it, what confidence you give yourself. You don't necessarily have to win it, but you showed yourself that you can do something difficult. That's kind of why I brought up the 24-hour fast. Is a 24-hour fast, you sit there and go, I can't not eat for 24 hours. Then you do it and you're like, actually kind of felt pretty good. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Weird. And then, you do a 48-hour fast, or you do a 72-hour fast, and you challenge yourself to doing something. You show you push yourself to do something that you don't typically do. Guess what happens? You show yourself that you can do something, not the, Tommy Cakes didn't get the Whole30 for 30 whole days, or Adam didn't stick to his carnivore diet because,
the cupcakes are there.
There was a birthday there in the middle of it, right?
Right.
You're not lying to yourself. You're just kind of you're moving forward. So
that's a good point.
Just give yourself a little bit of a challenge there.
Mm-hmm.
Mental exercises, absolutely.
Look at you two going. You two are all over it. You got some new challenges probably coming your way, brother. You're throwing that out there to the universe, and the universe is listening, and she's right in the next door, right next
Oh.
door, next room.
Yeah, well, we definitely have some challenges coming up here. She already has a lot of mental challenges being married to me.
I know, so does Jules. After all, she's way down here and loving it.
In the Gulf of America.
America, the Gulf of America.
Oh boy.
Turquoise blue water in America. Oh yeah. So I don't know. I mean, just looking at my schedule. It's the 20th today.
Already?
So
it is the 20th.
It is the 20th. Yes, it is. It is MLK Day today,
we are
brother.
2/3 of the way through.
I know.
The first month of 2026.
I know.
Is it 2026, 2025?
2025, brother.
Oh God, I don't even know anymore.
Right.
But still, we're almost through the first month. We have 10 days left of the first month of 2025.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, it's gone fast.
Maybe what I'll do is I could run it on Thursday. Start it Wednesday night and go to Thursday. Do a fast.
All right.
Well, why not do it? That'd be fun.
I guess I'll do it with you.
Oh. If we did it and we stopped eating at, say, 7:00, we would be done with that by 7 p.m. on Thursday.
Are you saying we should just get ourselves fat?
What's that?
We'll just start eating.
No. I'm just saying that 7:00 could be done. I could run another live and just say what I learned along the way.
But yeah, it's good to give yourself some sort of challenge. I think that's a easy challenge to sit there, and not to mention, and this is something that happens. Like, I was just sick.
Yeah.
And I wasn't eating while I was sick. I wasn't eating much. My stomach shrinks. This just gives you an opportunity to shrink your stomach. There's a lot of great things to be done with fasting, a lot of health benefits. So
I know the the keto folks, they were doing the intermittent fasting quite a bit, and they all swore by that up and down, left, right, and center, because it's a mental exercise, right? So why not? Let's do that. I'm going to do that.
All right.
And if you want to hop on Thursday, you are more than welcome. Otherwise, I will just do just Tommy cakes. Just Tommy cakes.
I'll be over at the farmers market.
The elite farmers market over in
the elite famers market, because we don't know how to spell farmers. So it's the famers.
Is the sign say famers?
It says famers market.
It does not.
It does.
It does not. You're kidding me, right?
No. He misspelled. He forgot the R, the first R in farmer. And so it says farmers market.
No, he didn't do that. So, and that's over in Waukesha, right? Or
Waukesha, Pewaukee, right on the edge there off the Silvernail.
Right.
At Java Twist. Oh yeah, it is hilarious. Every single time I see him, I go, because he was like, I spent so much money on these signs and everything else, and
that's hilarious, dude. And keep filibustering, because I'm looking, that's when we were there, and nope, I'm looking for photos, because I think I took a photo when I showed up there,
right?
And I think I took a photo when I showed up to that one.
So this is important. It's like when you do a bunch of things to promote your business,
Yeah.
spell check, signage. Signage is one of the biggest things. Like, can people read that sign from a long distance away? I know maybe you're trying to cut maybe only do black and white so you don't have to pay for the color. Yeah, it's one of those things that you really have to be conscious of.
Right. And no red. Never use red because nobody can read red from a distance, So I don't think I took a photo of that, my friend. I'll have to look for that some more. But man, that is really funny.
Yeah, I'll see if I
Sad.
can find this sign here for you.
And he hasn't replaced it, huh?
Well, he spent good money on it. They're and to be honest with you, most people don't notice it until, like, I didn't notice it until someone brought it up. I'm like, that is hilarious. Like, let's just run with it. We're the Famers Market now.
That was November, I think. It was early November, right? Because I was up there. I was up that way for that conference. And I was just looking at some pictures, right? About that time frame, and I don't see them. So, yeah, it's not worth it. I'll look later. Unbelievable Famers Market. Hey, that happens, I mean, I've done this before too. I write out an outline of the podcast and I used to post that on Instagram, and I found some spelling mistakes that were just like, ooh, that was really bad. I mean, good grief. I'm a professional. I'm a professional engineer and I spelled it like that. Are you kidding me? So it happens.
Mistakes happen.
Yep.
Yeah, there's things that we can do to get better at that. Maybe we can have someone on that can kind of give some guidance on what is going to be good quality signage for your business. What to put on there, what not to use.
I just got that picture, dude. Do I need to bring it up or do we want out?
You? Yeah, that's up to you.
Well, we're talking about it, so I mean, and it is a really nice farmers market. I've got to say. I mean, we're having a little fun at the expense of it, but it is really good. Man, the bread is fantastic. The meat, I don't know. That guy is kind of weird. I
agree with you.
And we have the microgreen person. She has all of her stuff, and then there's produce, right, and some soaps. I mean, really is the
jellies and jams, and it's like everything you want in a farmer's market in one spot. It's quick, it's easy, everyone's friendly. It's a really good little market. We just got to start promoting a little bit more. The Famers Market.
The Famers Market. All right. Are you not going to? I always filibustering because I'm trying to find it now. I wonder where it went.
So,
oh well.
This week,
yeah,
we'll give a week update here.
Yeah,
what I plan on doing. Try not to freeze.
Yes,
is going to be one of the biggest things for us for us on this week. When Tuesday, Wednesday is supposed to kind of start creeping back out of there. Be like 20 degrees. Woo, heat wave.
Yeah, right. It'll feel like a heat wave. Seriously.
Right. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some cool things throughout the week. Thursday, obviously, the farmers market. I'll be maybe I'll try to check in with you because if it's slow, maybe I'll try to go live real quick. Let you know how everything went.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm gonna be going fishing with the boys on Friday and Saturday. Then on Sunday,
ice fishing, or were you going down to the Mississippi? Where are you going?
We'll be doing some ice fishing up in the at Pelican Lake.
Oh, okay.
So get together with the same group of guys I've been fishing with for like since I was like 16 years old.
Sure.
So great group of guys, great place to go fishing. We got all the toys to play around with up there. Might as well use them. So gonna do that, and then on Sunday we will be promoting Modern Frontier Farms over at Whole Harvest or Good Harvest in off of Silvernail in Waukesha.
Okay.
We'll be serving.
Didn't we eat there? Is that the place we ate at?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great place. Yeah, kind of farm to table feel, very nice. So that's awesome.
I do sell some products there. I'll be giving samples of my Primal blend, my 10% Oregon meats inside my ground beef.
Oof.
So people don't have to sit there and be scared of, oh my God, it has liver in it. That's delicious. You'll love it, actually.
Delicious.
And then we're also going to do some pulled pork.
Nice.
We might even do some chicken, some chunks of our chicken. So, anyways, should be a fun time. Come on over, hang out, try our Primal blends, and you're really going to go, wow, this is amazing stuff. I really like this. Plus you get that vitamin high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially right after a fast.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not as exciting as you. So tomorrow and Wednesday I'm going to be out at some meetings, and we're going to be outside, so that'll be lovely. But otherwise I'm just hunkering down here, making salsa, making tomato sauce. Jules comes back on Saturday. Hopefully it warms up for a little bit, but yeah, I think I'll do a live on Thursday because I did enjoy doing that and having some fun with it. So, I mean, I did 2 lives and I went an hour and a half. One was a half an hour and the other one was a little over an hour. So that was a good time. So I'll probably do something on Thursday. Other than that, we're just hunkering down. I mean, really don't have any big plans on the books with Jules coming back and coming out of that wonderful paradise. So what else is happening? I've been playing around with more. I've got to make a suet mold. Yes, that's what I have to do. So I got to make a mold for a suet cake that's about that big, so more of the standard size. And so I have all the ingredients, the foam board, and to make a silicone mold. So I've never done that before, but I've got all the stuff right over there, and I'll take some video of it and everything. So I want to have a couple of those so I can start to make a standard mold. I mean, the bars are great. We talked about the animals needing protein, right? And needing fat, and they are crushing the suet like daily. I'm putting stuff out there. Right before sunset, I had the pileated woodpecker was in there, and she was just cleaning a house out there. I mean, she was eating everything in sight. So I think I got to get back out there early in the morning and put some more out, because if you're hungry, they're hungry, right? If they're cold, you're cold, or you're cold, they're cold. So
bring
they
them
need
inside and cook them up.
No, we don't do that. But it's been great. We've had a lot of birds coming through. A lot of the deer have been coming through too. So it's been cool, and it's fun to see them just smashing the suet. It's just as fast as I can put it out there, they're in it. And sometimes I put the stuff in it. I've got chickadees coming in right at me, and I got to get it in there and then step out of the way because they're coming in. They're really super hungry. So that's always fun.
Could we make a mold of your face? That'd be a fun video.
Like, that would be a fun video.
Your mouth is open, like,
the Tommy Cakes mold.
Like, they're like picking the sunflowers seeds out of your teeth, out of your mouth. That'd be hilarious.
You pay for that?
No, I'm not
going to Tommy Cakes. That is funny because my niece said you should make little sculptures out of suet and put it out there and just put a GoPro or a trail cam on and just time lapse the birds just eating it away. And that's interesting. So I don't know.
I think that could be a great video series of just doing some like really like whatever. So I mean, some cool molds and promotional. Like, I mean, that's entertaining. It's interesting. It's if you time lapse it, people I think would really go, "Oh, look at it. Like, it's satisfying, see
Hold
these
on a
birds
second.
going after that.
I got you. So this could be interesting. So my sister, bless her heart, my sister, she's got this mold, right? She's got this mold right here. She's got this mold, the Donald, no, it's right here, the Donald Trump mold. And she's been making Donald Trump ice cubes. She had a whole bin of Donald Trump ice cubes for inauguration today. So what if I made a little mold like this and put suet in that? I wonder how that would go. Would that be bad? I mean, it's the president's head. I don't know, or the president's little body. Oh no, you're eating me.
I don't know. I think it could go either way.
Yeah,
but just do everything.
why not?
I think that would be, to be honest with you, you do that. Maybe people start asking you for some. A whole new market. There you go.
She's got the brains, man. Oh, you might have the brawn. She's got the brains for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's only made one bad decision her whole life.
I know, and it keeps repeating itself, right?
Every single day she wakes up next to me.
Every day she's hustling. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what the hell, right? Why not? What else are we going to do with this stuff? So, I mean, the birds are eating it. They don't care what it looks like. They just want to eat it, right? They're hungry. So I've got this. I had a little bowl and I just had some extra and I plopped it in there. So I have this nodule. I mean, it looks like a nodule. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not any shape or anything. It's just suet mound. So I should maybe start there and see what happens. What the heck? Mm-hmm. I'm sure the squirrels would love it too. They just chow on that thing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I need to get moving on is to start, trying to sell some of these, or at least, put them out there. I mean, the ones I'm kind of excited about that I need to move. Yeah, these. Show you what I'm talking about. This comes into business chat, right? At the very end. So these are kind of fun. And they're little heart-shaped suet cakes. So, and I don't have the mold down here, but they're decent size, just like about a regular suet cake size. And then for these four, I drilled a hole in the middle. And then I have a red ribbon on it. So you can, if you don't have a suet feeder, you can just hang it on a branch and let the birds chow. So they're really fun, but ready for Valentine's Day. We got to get marketing those things, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make some shamrocks and.
Oh yeah, that's next up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think you're onto something here, Tommy.
Hey, they're made with love, brother. It's delicious. You saw me eat one.
made with the 4-letter word that starts with L. Lard.
That is awesome. I love it. That's great, man. Look at you go. All right. So anything else, my friend?
No, I think we really picked this chicken clean.
Yes. We made some new molds and pounded them in place for sure. So, well, good luck on your fishing trip, dude. That'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. I'll
pictures. We want to see some pictures. The perch.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing some perch and walleye, northern, maybe some bluegill. Nice. And yeah, just kind of hanging out. Should be a fun time.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, we appreciate you all checking in with us, especially our favorite fan, Lisa. Thank you for checking in. It was really good. if you're coming here later, check in, say hi in the comments on the video. We appreciate that. We know that you're out there listening. It's been fun seeing the numbers increase a little bit over time. And then we've also have the Small Scale Life podcast. So if you are listening to the podcast, feel free to swing on over to the video and check out the shenanigans as we talk and look at each other on this little video screen. So, or maybe you want to just, maybe you just want to stay with the podcast version. Oh, yeah, we better end. So, on behalf of me, Tommy Cakes from Small Scale Life, and
Adam with Modern Frontier Farms,
we appreciate you being here. Stay warm, stay safe. Remember to learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. And that, my lifer friends, is a good thing. Any last words, Mr. Adam?
Hey, you know what? Do something challenging this week. Just do something that makes you uncomfortable.
Or show up in Pewaukee at the Java Twist and do something challenging. Hang out with Adam. He doesn't talk, so you really have to work for it. The Famers Market.
The Famers Market.
The famous Famers Market.
The one and only.
Yeah, you should. Maybe that's the thing. Is just make that the thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We're all framed. All right. We'll see you next week. Actually, I'll be back on Thursday. And, if Adam checks in, that's cool. If not, we'll catch you next Monday, 7:30 Central, here on the Small Scale Life YouTube channel and the Small Scale Life podcast. Take care, everyone.
Peace.
I think it's called peace.